Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to piece together a modern mythology, built from a collection of lyrical stories. It's all about a unique philosophy for how to navigate our pretty chaotic world.
Okay, let's dive right into the heart of it with this quote. This one single idea. It's really the key to a powerful way of looking at the world. And this worldview, it's built on two foundational pillars.
So you've got these two pillars, right? The first one is external, kind of like a landmark for other people to follow. The second one is all internal. It's the code you live by, how you walk your own path.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because the contrast is key. Think about it like this. The cairn is what you build for the world. It's your legacy, stone by stone, a history of choices that other people can look at and trust. But the doctrine? That's what you build for yourself. It's your internal compass for when things get messy and the noise gets loud. You absolutely need both, right? One guides others and the other one guides you.
So let's drill down on this doctrine, this internal compass. It's not about having some big emotional reaction to everything. No, it's about measured, intentional action. It's a personal commitment to three core ideas. Clarity. You refuse to get lost in the haze of confusion. Dignity. You hold on to your own ways, your own integrity. And maybe the most crucial one, agency. You guard your fight. You don't let anyone else define what's worth fighting for. This is what keeps you centered when the world tries to pull you in a million different directions.
Okay, so we've got this philosophy, but what does it actually look like in a person? Well, when you put it all together, you get an archetype, a quiet kind of legend named Dave. This line really says it all, doesn't it? The whole idea behind Dave is that his actions are what matter. He's not the guy making big speeches. He's the quiet one in the room you might not even notice until he's the one actually solving the problem. He's the embodiment of quiet competence and thinking about the long game. He's building his world with patience and with purpose. Every single move is intentional. He's like a slow-burn fire that the wind just can't break. So how does this whole philosophy get tested out in the real world? Well, through a series of fables.
Right, so this worldview gets put to the test in a few modern-day parables. They're all about critiquing the hollow noise of our world and exploring what it really, truly means to belong.
First up, we've got this razor-sharp critique of hollow systems. You know the feeling, right? It's that moment you realize the language of value is completely disconnected from any actual value. It's the massive gap between being told you're the heart of the company and knowing deep down that the heart can't afford rent.
And then there's this fable about manufactured struggle. It's just a humorous but brilliant look at how we can get completely lost in problems that aren't even real. It's a funny reminder to focus on the signal, not the noise, and to save your energy for the fights that actually matter.
And finally, there's this incredible story about belonging. It shows that finding your true tribe isn't about changing who you are to fit in. It's about finding the people who let you exist exactly as you are, flaws and all. Home isn't where you're from, it's where they let you stay.
But you know, these principles and fables are one thing. The ultimate test, well, that comes when the world doesn't just get noisy, it truly breaks.
Because let's be real, a crisis doesn't care about your philosophy. It doesn't care what you believe, it only cares about what you do.
So it begins with division. You've got two enemies, Sarah and Elias, and they are so trapped in their own conflict, so convinced they're right, that they are completely unaware of the real crisis that's about to hit them both. They're so focused on each other, they don't even see the mountain shaking.
And then, in the middle of all that chaos, a third party emerges, a Marine. And he's not there to take a side. He's there to impose clarity and focus everyone on the one thing that matters: survival. He doesn't care who's right, he cares about getting through the ash.
And this is the whole point. In a true crucible, all those old divisions, all that us versus them, it just becomes meaningless. You are defined only by the alliances you forge and the choices you make to move forward. This is where your internal doctrine gets truly tested, not in theory, but in the ash.
This leads us to the final, and maybe the most epic part of this whole mythology. It's about moving beyond just navigating the world to actively starting to shape it.
First, you have this figure called the loop walker. Now, this isn't someone trying to escape the past. It's the opposite. They travel through the echoes of history to understand it, to accept it. Their purpose isn't to break the loop, but to inherit the work. They know you have to carry the weight of what came before to build what comes next.
And they're complemented by the wild writers. These are the people who use words as a tool to actively shape and rewrite reality itself. They take the raw, messy chaos of the world and forge new realities. They prove that the story we tell ourselves, well, that becomes the world we live in.
They're turning ink into lightning. So the question this whole thing leaves us with is this. Are you building a landmark, or are you rewriting the map? Are you adding a stone to the cairn of the past for others to follow? Or are you a wild rider creating the future? And the most powerful answer is, perhaps, that you have to be both.